Located in Vincennes, Indiana, a close affiliated group of students from Lincoln High School has started an adventure club to seek out and explore the legends and history of one of the oldest settlement regions in all of the United States. Led by their teacher, Travis James, aka the Indiana James, is a documentary filmmaker from the region who intertwines teaching and filming as one. Welcome to the Adventure Club. Where's it at? Go with them. So, Old Town Players, that sounds interesting. It used to be an old church, they converted it into a theater. What else do we know about Old Town Players?
Supposedly there's like paranormal activity, like ghosts and orbs.
Was there a traumatic event that happened at this place?
I'm not quite sure.
It's so old.
Write down Old Town Players / paranormal activity, question mark. We'll have to look into that for an investigation later down the road.
About Pearl City.
What's Pearl City?
Right now it's just like a trailer park down across the levee, and supposedly it's like real dangerous.
Why is it called Pearl City?
Local legends say that it used to be like a big pearl trade, so like ships would come in and trade pearls.
Has anybody else ever heard about Pearl City? Haley?
The pearls and the shells were taken to the button factory and sold for profit.
Write down Pearl City, button factory. So what did pearls have to do with the button factory? DJ, I want you to find out everything you can about this historical side of Pearl City. Haley, I want you to find out the location of where Pearl City is. Camille, I don't know much about pearls. Are they even worth anything anymore?
Old ladies.
Old ladies wear a lot of pearls.
They're probably their old pearls that they kept.
Yeah.
Go find info on the button factory. Camille, we're going to have to get in touch with some local jeweler stores.
Bowers Jewelry on Main Street.
Find out everything you can on pearls, how much they're worth today, if pearls are even sold. So you find that out and we'll regroup here. Focus, group. If you could type in Pearl City in the search engine,
I'll try.
it will come up with Vincennes, Indiana.
I don't know if you typed in Vincennes, Indiana, Pearl City, it might come up.
Alright, try that. Camille,
Yes.
what are you looking up?
How much pearls are and whatnot.
Price of pearls?
In 1905, Eastern pearl buyers converged on Vincennes. This generated the Great Wabash Pearl Strike.
Haley, find me the location of Pearl City.
Okay.
Button Factory in Vincennes. What do we have?
It says that the shells were sold to a pearl button factory, so I guess they were making pearl buttons.
Where do pearls come from? I've always pictured pearls like in the ocean. They come from mussels?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even freshwater mussels, like in Indiana?
Mussels, freshwater mussels can't have pearls in them, so they're just like an oyster. They can make pearls.
They can?
Yeah. Pearls are pretty rare. It's all a series of accidents that cause the pearl to be formed. A bacteria has to get into the mollusk or whatever, and to stop the bacteria, it forms like a pearl sac, and that turns into a pearl. So it's pretty rare for it to happen.
When was the Great Pearl Strike of the Wabash River? What year?
Apparently, in the early 1900s, the rivers of the Mississippi drainage ranked among the world's leading producers of both pearls and the mother of pearl.
Which the Wabash flows into Ohio down to Mississippi.
By 1907, mussel beds were depleted and the musslers left. Although some squatters remained, they formed a shanty town called Pearl City.
Haley, location of Pearl City.
We know that it is by a levee, but since it's not an actual building of some sort, it does not have it on the map.
This is the new trailer park area that's, I believe it flowed all into this area. Okay, we're going to want to search this area. Haley, location of Pearl City.
It's along Fritz Boulevard, south of George Rogers Clark Memorial, and it's right by the Wabash.
DJ, what we have?
There was a Great Wabash Pearl Strike from 1905 to 1907.
Price of pearls.
The imitation pearls are $20. The actual pearls, like back in the day, it's set up to $10,000.
I say our next mission that we need to do is actually go down on the river and see where this area is located. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, good. What's the story behind Pearl City?
Well, as the name indicates, it has to do with pearls. In the early 1900s, there was a change in fashion. Up till then, diamonds were considered to be a girl's best friend. But around 1900, 1905, in that era, they decided that diamonds were kind of vulgar and pearls were more refined and cultured. Pearl City is at the foot of Willow Street, and that originally was the church land.
What do we have on this other side of this levee here?
The river is right across there, right over the levee.
Let's head over the levee and let's see what we have on the other side. All right. Okay.
Very early in the 1790s, they built a levee, a very small levee, nothing like what's there now. And the area between the levee and the river kind of became a no man's land.
Can we walk the bank?
Okay, yeah, you can walk the bank.
All right, we'll do that. Get down on the bank.
How did you get down?
And particularly what they would usually do is they would move into a region and fish it out. It was kind of a boom and bust cycle. And it had that kind of gold rush, boom town kind of atmosphere.
So, to my knowledge, Pearl City is up there on that ridge. I believe it ran all the way down this flat area, all the way down. DJ, Haley, you guys go high side.
Okay.
You guys go bank side.
And there seems to have been a remnant that stayed behind. That was Pearl City.
Body bag?
No, it's not a body, so maybe it
Can I
is.
poke it with my shovel?
Yeah. Dig into that. What is that? Just a tarp? Plastic?
Yeah, it's like a tarp filled with mud.
Alright, yeah, what it is, just plastic, and it's trash, guys. That right there is trash.
The city turned it into a trash dump. You would have lots of dead horses as the #1 mode of transportation, and they would take them down there and just dump them down there.
There's a lot of bricks up inside here. They're like locked up inside the tree.
The tree was there, the bricks didn't get up underneath it like that. That tells us what?
The bricks are really old.
The bricks are older than the tree.
After the Pearl Button Factory moved away, around 1910, that land was purchased by Adora Jones, who established a house of prostitution there. They had outlawed prostitution in Vincennes, but this Pearl City area was just outside the city limit, and she built this rather elaborate two-story brick building called the Bungalow.
DJ! What have you guys found?
Variable ammonium sulfate.
Yep.
Okay, so we have a plastic sack. A grill?
Yeah, something like that.
So you guys found trash, yeah?
It could
Okay.
have, basically.
What else did you guys find up on the ridge?
Nothing.
That's it? Trash?
Just a bunch of trash.
One man's garbage is another man's
Garbage.
However, these bricks that we found, I believe, are foundations of old shacks or houses up along down Pearl City. All right, we got some pottery here as well. Any numbering? Nope. Could have been made at the Pottery Barn or Native American pottery. No clue. What do we have down here?
Don't know. Kind of looks like a line, like a power line. but I don't
A
think-
power line.
But everyone
Do
else-
not cut into it if you think it's a power line. That's an orange root.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's freaking crazy.
Whenever you think you found something, you do a cross pattern. Seems like somewhere right in there. Probably little metal things all over the place. Let's get our main objective done first, and we'll come back to stuff like this.
The river, because they lived on the river. They would live by fishing, collecting mussels. They lived a pretty rough and ready kind of a life.
Oh, but look at all the tree roots. Look at all the tree roots.
Check them out, see if there's any metal, anything man-made. Hey, DJ! How we doing? I found a big pile over here.
You would collect the mussels, and you had all of this meat from the mussels that would be steamed out, and that would be fed to the hogs. It must not have smelled very good, I think.
Look at this.
They're in the tree.
Yeah, they're like in the tree.
This is what we're looking for. These are your typical mussel shells that they would be fishing for in the Wabash rivers. They'd had river boats, shanties, everything set up, and they fished this entire area. These shells went to the button factory where they would make buttons out of the shells. Now what happened to the shell supply is plastic was invented in the early 1900s, did away with mussel shell buttons.
What causes the pearls is like the different pressure of the water, so I guess that could change the inside color of the mussel too.
It could. You think these could be like different types of mussels? Like,
probably, because like the outside even looks different.
these are all up and down this bank on the Wabash. Supposedly one pearl made its way back all the way to the crown of the Queen of England. We need to look into that.
Maybe we should go to London.
I know, it's so we have a connection with London. To London, baby.
We should go ahead and do the interview, but I think we should go ahead and pack it up for today. We will regroup back at Mr. James's room, and we will discuss about what we found. Does that sound good? Sounds like a plan. Sounds good. All right, let's go.
All of these pearls are one of a kind usually, and they've all developed within a mussel shell in the Wabash River. Anything has a value depending on what someone wants to pay you for it. With the price of gold, you can't hardly sell anything for under $100, but I try to keep things as reasonable as I can. But some of them might go up to $800 or $900. This one is $139.
You got $139, Haley?
We have boats like this where they would take this part and throw it down into the river, and then the mussel shells would grab onto these hooks, and then these guys would pull them up out of the river, and they would take them off and then harvest them. Mussel shells were some that were used in the manufacture of buttons.
Pearls still fished out of the Wabash today?
No, they can't be fished out today. There's a great fine if you do that.
All right, let's go. What did we find out at Pearl City?
We found this brick.
What's company?
The only results that I got was a brick and coal company from Illinois.
Well, that makes sense. We're on the Wabash, Illinois. It's just right across the river. What are some of the most famous pearls that were found? What are they used for nowadays?
There may be one in the Queen's Crown in London. It's a legend, but we're not sure if it's true or not.
And what is this legend?
I just remembered his name. I was trying to think of the guy's name all day. It was Jumbo Adams.
What do we know about Jumbo Adams?
He was the dude who found a really cool pearl. It was put into the Queen's Crown. He got arrested and thrown in jail for killing a guy, I guess. When that happened, the pearl that he found lost its beauty. So the Queen granted him a full pardon on whatever he did and got him out of jail. And then the pearl became free again.
What are some of the most expensive pearls ever found? Haley.
The most expensive pearl ever recorded was $50,000.
That's quite a bit. I could use that to pay off some loans. What did we learn out at the jewelry store?
They made buttons out of the mussel shells instead of making them out of plastic because they didn't have plastic then.
Yes.
Are these same shells that they made buttons out of?
Yes. Yeah.
They are. Those are the exact same types of shells that they were in at the jewelry store with the holes in them. That is a pretty good wrap on Pearl City. I learned quite a bit as well. I didn't know anything about Pearl City before we started this investigation. Good job, DJ, for suggesting that. I'd say this investigation is pretty much wrapped up. Adventure Club on 3. 1, 2, 3. Adventure Club!